Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Knight's Conundrum. Now you can see Sleuth, I don't know if he's knighted, but he looks certainly dressed somewhat the part, puzzling over some kind of decision, a conundrum that he has to make. Possibly the fact that I'd say this is one gate that's behind him, but whether he has to go through the gate or not go through the gate, seems to be entirely puzzled around that. Now, the particular puzzle here, I think this may well be the first puzzle from this constructor. Second puzzle. Yeah, second puzzle. It's just the way he introduced the puzzle. I assume, like I'm saying he, I don't know if it's a he or she, based on the name. That this is like an attempt to basically make an anti-knight puzzle, and it's fantastically rated, so well done Brainteaser Artisan. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. I really do love anti-knight moves, chess line moves. Something about chess and me, just not brilliant at it, but you know, I try to be by playing Sudoku variants that have chess references. Anyhow, let's take a look at today's puzzle with Knight's Conundrum by Brainteaser Artisan. Fantastic handle name. We've got a lot of rules here. If you're familiar with the variants, they are basically everything that you imagine them to be. So black Kropke dot, white Kropke dot, even, odd, German whispers, X's, V's, region sum lines, killer cages. But if you're not familiar with those, let me just quickly walk you through them. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. That part is familiar. Cells separated, of course I missed the whole point of the puzzle. Cells separated by knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So let's imagine that this cell here is a 2. What that's saying is that not only can you not place it in the same column, or the same row, or the same box, anywhere that is also a chess knight's move away can't be a 2. So imagine, I did really pick a poor color choice here. Let's try that. That's a bit more contrast. So imagine a chess knight would go basically, 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side. That's not allowed. 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side, and again, and again, and again. And you end up with this substantial amount of the grid that you just cannot cover with the same digit. So very useful rule set for sure. Then we have digits in cages must sum up to the clue in the corner. I can't use a 2 really, and let's just say these 2 cells add up to 17. These 4 cells add up to 30. Please don't force me to give you an example. I think it'll be partially solving the puzzle here. Moving on, digits separated by an X sum up to 10. So if this cell here was a 2, this would have to be an 8 to make sure that these 2 cells do add up to 10. And digits separated by a V must sum up to 5. If this cell was a 2, this would be a 3 to make sure that these 2 cells add up to a 5. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. A 2 in here, this will be 1 or 3 to make sure it's consecutive. And digits separated by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio, meaning that one cell is double the other. Can't use my 2 here, but let me go with, if this is a 4, this would be 2 or 8 as an example. Not all X's and V's are given, and dots. Not all X's and V's and dots are necessarily given. So that 4 with a 2 in here, where it's clearly double the other, that's not a problem. In fact, that's a terrible example. That 2 with a 4 in here with a black Kropke dot is not a problem. That 3 with a 6 in, actually, let's do a 4, white Kropke dot, also not a problem. This 2 with a 3 in here, 3 adding up to 5, not a problem. This 2 with an 8 in here, adding up to 10, not a problem. The cells with a grey circle must contain an odd digit. So this is this cell here. This would have to be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. And the cells with a grey square must contain an even digit. This would have to be 2, 4, 6, or 8. We have box borders divide the blue lines into segments with the same sum. So this is a bad example here. But let's go with 2, 1, 4. These 3 cells add up to 7. Therefore, this cell, which is a segment, would have to add up to 7. And therefore, these 3 cells are going to have to also add up to 7. Last but not least, we've got the green German whisper line. Adjacent digits must differ by at least a 5. If that's an 8, this would be 1, 2, or 3. I've already placed a 2. Let's assume that's a 3. This would have to be 5 or more away, would be 8 or 9. So the 8 is placed, that would be a 9. And you repeat this pattern of low, high, in some order. Low being 1, 2, 3, 4, high being 6, 7, 8, 9, no 5s, go figure. So if you want to help this knight with his conundrum, join Sleuth in the field there. Link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock, see how I get on. Yes. Right. There's so many things that are forced in here. This 17 cage can only be done in one way with these two digits, 8 and 9. 30 cage in 4 cells can only be done using 6, 7, 8, and 9. This 8, 9 tells me that's 8, 9 up here. This is 6, 7 down there. 8 and 9, well, which one of these could be a black crop key dot digit? Well, I mean, 6 and 8 could work, but this is an even digit. So that is 4, that is 8, that is 9, and this is 6, 7 in some order. We can actually figure it out in a second. That 9 tells me that this is not a 9, that's a knight's move away. That's an 8, that's a 9. So these 3 digits have to add up to whatever this is. It's not 7 because 3 digits to add up to 7 require 4. And this can't be 1, 2, 4. We've already placed it. So that 4 is not available. That is a 3, that is a 6, that is a 7. And I think we're going to end up with roping because whenever you have something that looks like 1, 2, 3 like that, that means this is 1, 2, 3 because of the regent line, and therefore this is 1, 2, 3, and therefore this is 5. Now is roping a must at this point? I think so, because 5, 6, 7 can't be here, therefore it is 5, 6, 7, and therefore another 5, 6, 7. Clearly that is now the 7 and 3 to add up to 10. So we'll place those, no 3s, and this is 3 or 4 to add up to 5. No 3, yep, done, and this is a 4, and this is 4, 8, 9. We can do a bit of Sudoku. Sorry, anti-knight, that's not 8, that's not 4. And we continue. 3 or 4 in here means this is 8 or 9. It's not an 8, that's a 9. This is a low digit, it's not 3 or 4, it's 1 or 2. So essentially it's not this 1 or 2, it is this 1 or 2. And this is a high digit, which is not 7, not 7 and point at the 9. Not 7, not 9 because of knight move. So this is 6 or 8. And it is definitely an 8 because otherwise this would have to be a double 1, which is not. So that's 8. And therefore this is again another 1, 2 because we've got 3, 4 in here. Interesting. What else do we know? These are not 7s, we do know that. This is an odd digit. If you have on the other side another odd digit and a white crop key dot, they're not going to be consecutive. So this has to be the 6. This is now a 5. This is 5 or 7. It is not a 7 because of anti-knight move. That's a 5. Not particularly helpful for our X here. What more do I know? 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 1. Better. 2, not a 2. That's it for the moment. Okay. Let's think about this X next. So this is not 2, 8. This bit is obvious. It's also not 1, 9. The 1 sees both Sudoku and knight move, but so does the 1, 9. So this cell couldn't be 1, 9 anyway. So this could be 3, 7. Except the 7 can't be here. Knight move, that would be the 7, that would be 3. This could also be 4, 6, except the 4 can't be here. That would be 4, that would be 6. If I can type, that would be 4, that would be 6. That's a low digit that gives us polarity on here. This is 8 or 9, and it's not an 8. I don't know why I just did that, and that's a 9. This is not 1, because it's knight move away. This is 2, 3, 4. And this cell, therefore, is not 6, not 9, 7 or 8, and then another 2 or 3 to add up to 10. Knight move, let me think about what that means. If that's 2, that would have to be 3, that would have to be a 7, that makes sense. If that's, I mean, that can't be a 4, because that can't be a 9. Don't know why I included it. So if that's a 3, this would have to be an 8, this would have to be 2. Okay, so it works both ways, doesn't it? 2, 7, 3, 3, 8, 2, yeah. Not exactly a big reveal here. Ones, what can it go in? Box 6 can only be in here. Then I have another 2, 3, 4, and then another 6, 7. Not sure I can resolve this right now. Region sum line maybe. Could see that this is at least a 5. That one gave me a 3, not a 3. This cell now. So 2, 4 is the minimum. Making this, well, I mean, it's 6 or 7 because it's not 9 and it's not 8 because it can see it with anti-night move. With night move, and therefore it's an anti. You get what I mean. So 2 cells that add up to 6. Well, it would have to be 2, 4 because 1, 5 is not available. 2 cells that add up to 7. Well, 1, 6 not available. 3, 4 not available. This would have to be 2, 5. Always a 2 in here. Which always a 2 in here means this is 3, this is 7, this is 2. That anti-night move continues to kind of give a gift here. So that is the 2. That doesn't help actually in here. We do have another 3, 4. And neither of them can be 3. So that's the 3. So now we just have another 4 and a 6, 7. This is not the 6, 7. That's the 4. This is the other 6, 7. And it's not a 7. I don't know why I just pencil marked it. 6, 7. And of course, then I place a 3 and I just ignored it. And it still hasn't given me the 4, 5. Or this 6, 7. Doesn't look like it has. Can we do anything down here? Yep, not a 9. No, not a 4, yep. And therefore this is 1 or 2, and it's not a 2, it's a 1. That's a 2, that's a 1. That 8 gave me a 9 and a 4. And this is not a 7. Just anti-night move. Actually, there was a few of these earlier. 7, 7. Only place for a 7 in row in box 8 now. For a 7 is in here. That is not a 1. That 5, 6, I don't think are resolved. Okay. So this is about to get tricky. No, hang on. 4 gave me a 5, gave me a 7. And a digit that I should be able to just place a 9, I believe. Then 3 more digits. 4, 6, and 8. This is not 4 or 6. That's an 8. 4, 6 pair in here. So what do we need? We need a 3. Yeah, there's a few more places for it. 8 maybe better? No. 2 is placed. Right, I'm just gonna make this easier for myself. I'm gonna just place all of them. So 8 is definitely on this side. And therefore 8 is definitely in here. And it can't be either of these cells. So that's the 8. Next we need a 6. 6 is up here, which means 6 is there. And again, knight's move. And Sudoku tells me that this is a 6. Now I need a 5. So quite a few options in here. 6, why did I place a 6 in here? 6 is actually placed. That's a 6. And therefore that's an 8. And therefore this is 3, 5. And that is not the 5, that is a 5. So that was entirely resolved. These 2 cells, what are they now? Don't know. Actually, we do. 6, that's 5, that's 6. So these 2 cells are now 8 and, no, 9 and 5. That can't be the 5. This is the 5. That's the 9. These 3 cells, we need a 1. Well, it's not on the one I'm on because of this. Well, both of these see this. And not here. That's a 1. 4 and 6, I'm going to say. Both are allowed. Seemingly. Yep. These are 2, 3, and 7. Oh, not 2 or 7. That's 3. 2, 7 pair. Yeah, they're quite far from everything else. Okay, these 2 cells, we need a 1. Anti-night move. That's the 1. 9. These 3 now, we need 2, 5, and 7. Not 5, not 7, not 5 either. Night move, that's the 5. 2 and 7, neither look resolved to me. Yeah. These 3 cells, so it includes a 3, a 4, and an 8. Not 4, not 8, and not 3 either. Knight move, that's a 4. I didn't mean to do that. That's what I meant to do. 8, no. 4, no, I've done the 4. 3s, not resolved either. So I guess this white kropki dot at the top is very necessary, clearly. So what do we have in here? 1s are in one of 2 cells. Let's think about the column, because it's just I spotted this 1, 2, 3. So essentially I have another 2 of them, another 1, 2, 3, and a 6. That's not very good. 1, 2, 3, and a 6. That is not a 3. That is not a 3. That is not a 1. That is not a 1. If this is 2, it can't be, because 1 and 3, the consecutive digits are available, are not here. So this is not a 6. This is the 6. Can't be a 5. That gives me 7. Yeah, that will unwind a bunch of things. That 2 gives me a 3. Also puts a 1 in here. Now puts a 2 there, 3 there, 1 there, 2 here, 7 here, 8 there, 3 there. That 7 doesn't actually help me with my 4 6s. Why do I think it would? The 4 6s are resolved though, because of that 6. So that's 4, that's 6, that's 4, that's 6. It's a lovely white kropki dot there. Now we need 4 and 9. 4 here gives me 4 there, 9 here. I need a 2 somewhere. It can only be in here. 5, and if I've not made any mistakes, 8 for the finish. It's a lovely puzzle, Brainteaser Artisan. Fantastic puzzle for your second. You know, really smooth solve path. Love the 1, 2, 3, the break-in. Kind of the constant reliance on anti-knight. You know, so, you know, aptly named puzzle for sure. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and video, and see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.